I'm Dr. Joanne Cornwell, and I'm the author of That Hair Thing and the Sister Lock Approach. The book is actually a second edition. I came out with this book, the first edition, in, it was 97. And it was somewhat ahead of its time because people were not yet ready for a lot of the things that I had to say. A lot of our women were not ready for natural hair, and it was much more polarized. So I developed it and expanded it and came out with a second edition. And I also timed it because there's a movie out earlier this year called Good Hair. And for that and some other reasons, we're really starting to talk about this issue of, I call it that hair thing, much more. And so I wanted to really pick up on that energy and help speed up the momentum of Black women looking at ourselves, our aesthetics, the choices that we make, how they connect to our culture, our relationships, our jobs, and the book goes into all of that.
And what has the reaction been to your book?
Well, it's been fabulous. It is, in part, a hair journey story. And so many African American women have those stories to tell. If you were to look online, for example, all of the blogs and testimonies about women going through various levels of self-acceptance, whether it be through locks, traditional locks, braids, or sister locks. And so part of what the book does is kind of reaffirm that for our women, so there's a ready market for that part of it. Another thing that the book does is it talks historically about where these attitudes about our natural hair, where they come from and how they were to a certain extent encoded into our Western culture. I talk about some of the pseudosciences of a couple of centuries ago and some of the things that formed our thinking that are really beyond our control. And so we kind of come into a cultural situation where we are already predefined within that situation and just really ask the question, you know, what we're going to do about it.
And your hair's in locks as
Yes.
well. How long?
Well, I have to say, I started the business in '93, and so if you count those years, that's what, about 17 years. But I keep my hair as long as it is. It's not, people think that because I have all of this hair, I just never cut it. But you find that after you have sister locks for 4, 5, 6, 7 years, you have so much hair that you really have to start trimming it. And that is really a new experience for our women because we believe that our hair doesn't grow, and that's not the case at all. It's just that the things that we do to our hair cause it to break off and be damaged and stunt the growth of it. So it's just a testimony to how we can move into a whole different relationship with our hair. So.